ASU football took its first loss of the season last weekend, but Cronkite Sports Live stays undefeated. I'm Reed Harmon. Alongside me is Tyler Manion. Tyler, this is my first time behind the anchor desk. Is there any way you could maybe show me the ropes a little bit?
Oh, Reed, buddy, I got you. You know I got you in the studio, in life. You're my boy, so I got you. I'll try to guide you through it, just like our Jack Lauderay guides you through last weekend's ASU loss to Colorado. Here's Jack with the story.
Fresh off a thrilling victory over Michigan State, ASU returned home to Tempe. The Devils opened up Pac-12 play, welcoming Colorado in to Sun Devil Stadium. And the Buffaloes made their presence known early, scoring 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. And then a dogfight ensued. ASU scored 2 touchdowns, including a 53-yard throw from Daniels to Brandon Ayuk.
Really, we know the type of receivers we have. Him and Frank are both deep threats. I feel like nobody in the country could guard them. So, I mean, we just got to give them a chance. The first 2 in the first half, I overshot them. So, I mean, those are plays that in the game that those are plays that could have changed the game, changed the outcome of the game. The
scoring wasn't done there, as Colorado would tack on 10, and Benjamin would take in his second touchdown of the day to put the halftime score at 24-21 with Colorado in the lead. The second half saw a bit of a standstill, with ASU only scoring 10 more points in the 2 quarters combined and giving up many opportunities, including a costly interception from Jaden Daniels. With too many missed opportunities, the Devils walked off the field with a 34-31 defeat. Now, even though the score did not go the way of the Sun Devils, dropping their first game of the season to Colorado, Coach Herm Edwards isn't dwelling on the loss. He's preaching learning and getting over the loss quickly.
Well, it can hurt up till tonight and tomorrow, and then after that, it's got to go because we got to get ready. You know, you can't dwell on them. You know, and it'll eat me up all the night, and I'll be back in here early in the morning watching the tape. Man, I might not go home. Just get that tape over with and just be done with it.
The road for ASU doesn't get any easier as they go on the road next week to face an undefeated Cal. Reporting in Tempe, Jack Lauderay, Cronkite Sports.
Thanks, Jack. We saw a slice of what Coach Edwards had to say following the 31-31 loss, but defensive coordinator Danny Gonzalez and Edwards did not hold back on their thoughts on the team's performance.
I think this is worse than any 4-letter word, any nasty. You call somebody soft, they're taking your man card. They are raiding your house. I mean, they're destroying everything. That to me, I thought we were soft on Saturday.
Yeah, you ate some humble pie. And humility, you know, and that's our saying. You know, when we win or lose, is stay humble and hungry. You know, and I think when you go.
ASU travels to Berkeley this weekend to face number 15 ranked Cal. Edwards and the Devils have a history of knocking off ranked opponents. Just look back a couple of weeks when the Devils survived in East Lansing. But Pac-12 opponents seem to bring a different flavor to the table for ASU. We'll see how many pieces of the pie the defense ate this week to prepare for the current first team in the conference. Since opening weekend, ASU football fans every week have jaws dropping and eyes popping about a star player not on offense or defense, but on special teams. Reporter Alex Gall has the story on this edition of Sun Devil Sit Down.
Alex Gall here with ASU punter Michael Turk. Michael, you've had a pretty illustrious career here at ASU in your short time as the starting punter. But I want to go back to your childhood to start. A lot of kids get into football at a young age. How did you get into football?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, when I was young, I played a little bit of Pop Warner. You know, it was kind of just a family thing. You know, my dad played. Both of my uncles played in the NFL for a long time. So it was kind of, I feel like it was kind of just expected, you know, to play football. And yeah. Just got into it when I was pretty young. What do you like about the position? It's almost like kind of an art form, I guess you could say, because, you know, every single day when I train to go out there by myself, it's really just kind of like perfecting the craft. You know, I know receivers can work on their routes or linebackers can work on form tackling and whatnot, but just to be able to hit the same ball every time, you know, some people might think that's kind of monotonous, but actually I love it. It's just something that I love to do. Describe your perfect punt. Perfect punt is you know, the end result, hopefully over 60, you know, and over 5 seconds of hang time. And technically speaking, there's definitely a lot that goes into it that people don't know, but I'd say the biggest things are staying short and compact with your steps. First starting out, I would get pretty long, kind of trying to wind up with my punt form, but that makes you a little bit unbalanced. So I would say just staying short and having a great drop as well. That's the biggest thing.
So you got 2 more years of eligibility left after this season. How do you continue to learn and grow as both a player and as a man as well?
Yeah, I would definitely just say keep my head down and keep working. You know, there's never like an end line, right? There's always room for improvement. So just having that, again, I think like Coach Herm talks about this a lot. Staying humble and hungry. That's really got to be your mentality. Because if you think you've made it, that's when you start declining, and that's definitely when you won't improve. So always just having the mentality there's room to grow.
You mentioned the Bible study and leading that. How do you see yourself as a leader, I guess, of the special teams unit, you know, especially, but as a team leader too?
Yeah, you know, I try my hardest to be a leader, and I'm thankful for the role I play as far as in the special teams unit and everything, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to lead the Bible study. So if guys see me as a leader, that's great.
Well, thank you. That's ASU punter Michael Turk with Alex Gall signing off Cronkite Sports.
Yeah.
While there's parity in Pac-12 football, the number 2 ranked ASU men's golf team has reeled off 5 straight tournament wins. What makes this more impressive, though, last week in Dallas, the squad won without 3 members of their team, who are competing for a Masters invite in Shanghai. In the past 2 competitions, not only has ASU won as a team, but 2 different Sun Devils won the individual title as well. Bottom line, this team is good, really good, and they won't be worrying about parity anytime soon.
At a typical holiday party, White Elephant is a classic game to play. You pick the presents that seem the most appealing to you. You go for the big bows, the big boxes, basically the most popular ones, like football. Nobody goes for the small box in the back, or in this case, bag. But once someone gets stuck with that small box, they end up with the best gift. Now, what's in the box? Well, take out some tissue, and you find the reigning Pac-12 tennis duo of the year, Ilza Hadding and Lauren Jean-Baptiste. Take a little more out, and you find that last season, ASU's combo kicked their feet up for a couple of weeks as the #1 tandem in the nation. The first time in ASU history that a duo held the top spot in the Oracle ITA doubles rankings. This upcoming season, Hadding and Jean-Baptiste are starting their year at #2 in the polls. Not too shabby. Arizona State won 3 ranked matches on opening day in Ann Arbor this past weekend, while dropping just 1 doubles match. So while the big gifts may be more attractive, don't be afraid to take a chance at the small ones. You never know what you might find.
From rackets to boots, we take to the pitch around the world with ASU women's soccer. It's no secret this team is led by some impressive internationals, so I'm going to take you through the most important ones to know. First, to Mainz, Germany, home of forward Marlene Schimmer. Normally, when you think of German alcohol, beer comes to mind. But in forward Marlene Schimmer's hometown of Mainz, it's wine that has the spotlight, much like Schimmer has thus far for ASU. The sophomore forward has peppered opposing keepers by tallying 37 shots in her first 9 games. To find her striking partner, you'd only have to spend some 60 or so euros and poof, a few-hour train ride later, you're in Middlesex, England with Nicole Douglas, the team's leading scorer who has already scored 8 goals. With Douglas and Schimmer up front, somebody's got to be feeding them the ball, and that is where Eva van Dersen from the Netherlands comes into play. The Dutchman had 6 assists through the team's non-conference schedule, and alongside that had 2 goals of her own. These 3 are just part of a young core that sprays players all over this map right here. But so far this season, they have come together in Tempe to boast a 6-2-1 non-conference record heading into today's Pac-12 opener against Utah. As of right now, that game is 2-2 draw in double overtime. Another team that just competed in their conference opener is Devil Volleyball, and our own Cam Miner was there to capture all the action.
Arizona State Sun Devils showed their true colors today as they swept the Wildcats in 3 sets. The combination of their great offense and even better defense helped seal their victory. The Devils' offense played a major role in Arizona State's victory with big plays from senior Ivana Yermich, who was 1 away from her career high with 11 kills, giving her a .600 hitting percentage. The team is coming together and opened up the season with a bang. Coach Sonia Tomasavich shared how their hitting influenced the game.
To kill the ball 44% of the time and make 8% E's and B's errors and blocks, that, you know, it didn't matter who would play tonight. That's the point we're trying to say. Like, it didn't matter who you play if you take care of the ball on your side of them. That's more important. That's why we were so stoked.
U of A tried to battle back late in the game, but the defense from the Sun Devils was too much, keeping the Wildcats from winning a single set. The stadium was hyped and filled with energy after the Devils went up 2-0, which helped motivate the home team to continue to battle and finish their last set.
It definitely wasn't anything like that. Tonight's crowd was amazing. 942, They were better tonight than I've ever remembered them being.
This was a great team win for the Sun Devils to open their season with everyone firing from all cylinders. It was a nail-biter at the end, not knowing if ASU could put the game away until freshman Iman Isanovic got the game-winning kill and her teammates rushed the floor with joy and the stadium erupted. The battle of the Territorial Cup was over and ASU would ring the bell. A shocking wake-up call to the Pac-12. ASU plans to keep the same energy on Sunday. UCLA better watch out. That's all from me, Cronkite Sports, Cameron Miner.
There has recently been a theme of recruits not committing to their local Pac-12 schools. For more, we go to Ethan Ryder with Impact.
Thanks, guys. Not being able to pick up top local recruits is a huge loss for any football program. Bryce Young, one of California's top dual-threat quarterbacks, decommitted from the University of Southern California, instead committing to Alabama. Pac-12 fans heard the news of USC's loss and optimistically assumed it was an isolated incident. But USC isn't the only program in the Pac-12 experiencing the loss of prospects. According to 24/7 Sports, only 3 of the top 10 California football recruits have committed to a Pac-12 school. A lack of local recruiting that could possibly be a sign of a bigger problem. The Pac-12 only has 2 college playoff experiences since 2013, Washington and Oregon. By its lack of playoff presence and failed commitment of local recruits, it's safe to say that the Pac-12 is not seen by many as a top conference. Even with some teams within the conference making the top 25 rankings early on this year, the Pac-12's recruiting problems seem to be a reoccurring nightmare that could plague the conference for years to come. Thanks, and back to you guys.
Now we go to one of my favorite segments, social media, where I got involved in CSL. And for that, we bring in Gabby Ducharme. Gabby, welcome to the show.
Guys, so great to be on. Thank you so much. Social media debut right here, so super, super excited. It's been a really, really fun week in the world of social media, especially on Twitter. So we're going to get things started right off the bat. Yeah. So you've seen Herm Edwards, the football coach. You've seen Herm Edwards, the broadcaster. This first tweet, though, shows Herm Edwards, the college football player at the University of California, Berkeley. You look at that, you really see Herm in his very best light back in the 1970s. So my question to the two of you, what's your favorite Herm? Herm the coach? Herm the broadcaster?
There's so many.
Herm the player?
Yeah, that's a great question, but I'm going to have to go with broadcaster because I remember a specific edition of ESPN where all the anchors came out with smoke. It was like an introduction for football game. He just came out, he's like, let's go. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
I was going to say, I wanted you to do that. I'm glad you just demonstrated.
We'll get smoke next time.
Mine is anything with the goatee. That goatee right there, that's a fantastic goatee. I need more of that today, but as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, Herm, the Eagle DB, that's got to be my favorite.
There you go. So you got Herm the player, you got Herm the broadcaster, and of course, we get to see him now as Herm the coach here at Arizona State. He'll be playing later tonight, which should be a very exciting game.
Absolutely.
And then moving on, we've got our second tweet here. Really, really fun one. Last week's game, guys, was on the 21st day of September. You guys know the song. This little graphic, super, super fun, from Mr. Dan Trujillo. Do you remember the 21st day of September? I gotta ask both of you, what was your favorite memory from the last month of September?
So many memories from September, but I just have to say that was a Saturday night and a night of an ASU loss. I think a lot of people on Mill don't remember the 21st night of September. But anyway, back to the question. My favorite memory is gonna have to be anchoring the CSL premiere. It's slight flex, I don't know, kind of awkward. Maybe shouldn't have done that. But anyway,
hey,
I think that was fun.
You gotta flex it when you got it, right?
It was a good time, right? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna flex in a different way. My birthday, everyone, is in 2 days.
Hey.
So if I'm
birthday boy.
if I have anything to remember, it's the memory I'm gonna make on my birthday on Sunday.
Hey, and I'll be there to help.
Appreciate it.
If you invite me.
We haven't discussed that
yet. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. So we've got a little bit of a tag team here. We'll see, though. So we've got the birthday boy. We've got the anchor man. Really, really fun time for both of you. Guys, we got one more tweet, of course.
Let's hear it.
This one, really, really cute. This is a photo of a puppy. Now, this dog from ASU fan Tom Murray, this dog is all decked out in his ASU gear. And, of course, I got to ask both of you, what are your 2 favorite photos of your puppies?
Well, this is Wyatt right here. Got to shout out my boy Wyatt. You know, he's looking good back in California. So that's definitely my favorite. Sorry to Oscar and Leo, but that was my favorite.
Okay, well look at Chooch here. My man named after Carlos Ruiz, the Philly. He's flexing on him. He's got the drip. He's got the snow. He's got the jacket working. I mean, come on. It doesn't get any cuter than that, my little teddy bear. Chooch, come on. I like your dog, it's cute, but like...
Mine's cuter, that's the thing.
No, okay, but like you add in the snow to it and the jacket, like he's got the fit going.
Is Chewbacca cute?
Well, here's the thing, gentlemen, both of them are adorable. We've got Chewbacca down here, we've got Wyatt up there. You got the black and white going, kind of a vibe. And right down here, we've got the puppy in the snow. Guys, the winner right here for the cutest dog, they're gonna get a little toy courtesy of me. Of course, it's gonna be Chooch. It's gonna be Tyler's dog. So Tyler, this is for your puppy. New little toy for him. Super, super fun.
I'm sorry, Wyatt. Sorry I let you down.
Chooch, we did you proud, buddy. You deserve this one. You're mean sometimes, but you're really cute. And now you got a new toy coming home. When I come home in December, he's gonna love this. Thank you, Gabby.
Yeah, here we are. We're college students. We've got ASU football represented. We've got little Mr. Chooch on the screen. On the screen.
Thanks, Gabby.
Super fun.
If you have $500 lying around, you could probably bid for a limited edition ASU men's hockey China jersey. If not, you can still sit in awe at the fact that there are over 300 different uniform combinations. Julian Paraz has the story.
With the Sun Devils season right around the corner, the players are ready to hit the ice and look good doing it, with over 300 gear combinations for game day.
I think we're over 300 or 400. I've lost track, honestly.
John Loeffner is the equipment manager for the men's hockey team at Arizona State. And yes, he did confirm that there are over 300 combinations of game day apparel. They've got helmets.
We ended the season with 5 helmets last year. There's going to be more than that. I can't say how many more than that, but there's going to be more than that this year.
They've got pants.
We're going to have 4 different pairs of pants.
Some gloves.
We have 3 different pairs of gloves.
And a whole lot more equipment waiting to be shown off.
And we have a lot of jerseys. You guys haven't seen them all yet, but we have a lot of jerseys.
The Sun Devils have so much equipment, they won't have to worry about wearing the same thing twice, unless they want to.
We have enough combinations that we actually never have to wear the same thing during the entire season, but guys are superstitious. Sometimes they like to wear the same thing if it's a little hot.
Loeffner added that although it sounds like a lot, it's nothing compared to what the Sun Devils have in store when the season is in full motion. For the first time, Arizona State will be debuting these traditional gold jerseys to start their season on October 5th against Mercyhurst. For Cronkite Sports, Julian Paras.
From men's to women's hockey, we stay on the ice and bring in this guy, Jason Sussman, WCSN women's hockey analyst. Jason, big debut today.
Thank you so much for having me, Tyler. It's truly an honor to be a part of your 12th season here at WCSN.
Well, look, we're honored to have you. I think you got a heck of a lot of talent, so I'm going to throw you right into the fire. First question right off the bat. Lindsay Ellis's team has 4 games this weekend to start the season. How do you expect them to do?
Oh, it should be a very interesting beginning to the year, with the ASU Sun Devils heading over to Colorado to take on Colorado State Friday night, as well as Saturday morning, and then they'll be traveling to the University of Denver Saturday night and Sunday morning. With these 4 games opening up this weekend, it should make for a very interesting opening to the year, as we have 9 new freshmen and new faces joining this year's roster.
Like you just said, Jason, 9 new freshmen on this team. That's a crazy amount. How much can they contribute, though, going forward?
Oh, they can contribute a lot. With these new faces, it's going to create a new mentality and a new dynamic in the locker room. All 9 of these players have special abilities of their own. We have a few players that are actually coming on from junior NHL affiliate teams. Sarah Zimmerman's coming from the junior San Jose Sharks, as well as Emily Klein is coming from the junior Las Vegas Golden Knights. Each of these players are going to have their own way of contributing, but it should make for a very interesting season. But as a matter of fact, I actually got to sit down with one freshman, Malik Raybuck, who had a different version of making this year's roster. She was actually a walk-in, and I sat down with her for the story.
For the Arizona State women's hockey team, several new faces can be found practicing on the ice. As a matter of fact, 9 of the new faces on this year's roster consist of freshmen, and one freshman in particular had a different approach to making this year's roster.
After practice, Coach Lindsay was like, yeah, like when your dad just come to my office, and I was like, okay, like, it's like kind of shaking. I was like, oh no, like what's she gonna say? And she was like, yeah, like we'd love to offer you a spot on the team, like here are the details, this is the information. And I was like, yes, like 100%, like thank you so much, like yes. And so that was it.
Malik Raybuck was the only walk-on selected for the 2019-2020 women's hockey team. Yet the process to do that was no easy task. Raybuck grew up and had always idolized the sport of hockey, yet she didn't begin playing until she was 12 years old.
It's actually like kind of a funny story. So no one in my family has ever played hockey before. Like I was like the first person to even like look at the sport and be like, wow, like that's what I want to do. And I ended up figure skating for like 2-ish years. And like it was fun and all, but like I don't know, it just like wasn't for me. And like I would watch like the hockey players go on after it, and I'd be like, wow, like that looks so much fun. Like that's what I want to do. And like I just kept talking to them, and I was like, Mom, Dad, listen, like I really want to play hockey. Like, this is my dream. Like, that's what I want to do. And they're like, okay, sure, like, we'll give it a go. They set me up with it all, and like after that, it was just like I just kept going with it. It was like the best thing I've ever decided to do.
After playing and practicing for years, Raybuck found her home on the ice. Once she found out she made this year's roster, it was a little hard to contain her excitement.
Oh, I was ecstatic. I was literally like the entire day I looked like such a loser. I was like smiling. I was like listening to music in my headphones. I was like dancing. Like I was so happy. I was so happy.
As a freshman walk-on, Raybuck has her ambition set high for the year. With this being her first season for Arizona State, Raybuck has a few goals that she hopes pan out over the next few months.
I definitely just want to improve on myself. I definitely just want to get better at the things I don't really know how to do. I don't know, just get closer with the team. I think like as a freshman too, like I just want to make really good friends, and like I guess that sounds like cliche, but like everyone on the team's so nice, and like I'm just really happy to like honestly, even like if nothing happens for me, like I'm just happy to have met the girls and like just be a part of the team.
And part of the team she is. For Cronkite Sports, I'm Jason Sussman.
Now it's time for The Way It Is. If you don't know how it works, Reed and I are going to ask each other 3 questions, debate a little bit, and the winner, whoever gets the best debate, gets a monologue. So Reed will go right into it. First question. We know ASU football has 1 win over a ranked team this year, but can they get another at number 15 Cal this weekend?
You know, I think they will. They're going to travel into Berkeley just like they traveled into East Lansing. They're going to pick it up. They won, or they've allowed just over 13 points per game. I think they're going to nail this one.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to disagree completely. Okay. But more so because, to be honest, on CSL, we haven't gotten any predictions right with football. So by picking different ones here, at least one of us has to be right unless there's a tie somehow. So I'm going to even this out, say ASU loses in Cal.
Okay, all right. Second question. Will 2020 5-star recruit Joshua Christopher commit to ASU basketball?
I'm going to have to go with yes. I think he's going to. His brother Caleb's on the team. Bobby Hurley committed him pretty much, so Josh should come in. That's not confirmed, just my opinion. But they went to his house last weekend. Bobby and Coach Burno did. I think he's coming. 5-star, ESPN, he's good.
Yeah, but where's his house? It's in Lakewood, California. That's where UCLA is. I think he's going to UCLA.
That's a good point, Reed. But I think he's coming. Last question. Let's have fun with this one. Odell Beckham Jr. introduced himself on Sunday Night Football by saying, OBJ, I'm him, instead of saying LSU, which is where he went to school. Right. So give me your cocky Sunday Night Football intro.
Can I do the head
of everything? Please do.
Reed Harmon, the dream.
I love the exaggerated the.
Had to.
Okay, can I give you mine?
Let's hear it.
All right, here you go. I love the nickname, by the way. I just don't have one, so it's going to be different. Okay, here we go. Tyler Manion, the winner of The Way It Is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's pretty smooth.
That's smooth,
right?
That's really smooth, but it's not true. So.
Whoa, okay.
You can't lie on those things.
No, it's not a lie. I'm going to win because that was way better than yours. You just used a nickname. No, mine was actually clever, mainly because I don't have a nickname, but it was clever nonetheless. So Alex is going to pick our EP.
Oh, I nailed that one. All right. Back-to-back Pac-12 Coach of the Year. Back-to-back Pac-12 titles. A back-to-back national champion. You see the theme here? Arizona State wrestling is arguably the best when it comes to smacking bodies to the mats. Head coach Zeke Jones is entering his 5th season with the squad, and equipped with him is the #1 pound-for-pound recruit in the nation, Colton Schultz, and 7 ranked wrestlers on the Flow Wrestling preseason polls, including 4 in the top 10. That back-to-back national champion I mentioned, Zahid Valencia, he's ranked #1. And while Valencia plans on strumming his guitar and smashing it down on his opponent for the 3rd time in his career, Jones says the goal this season is to have 10 national champs in all 10 weight classes. As bold as that is, that's the way it is.
Great reader there, Reed, and now we're going to go into top plays. So last weekend we talked about it. You saw the package from Jack, our reporter. We're going to go to football. ASU lost this game, but Jaden Daniels won this play, and so did Frank Darby. Look at the seed from Jaden Daniels. Frank Darby drops it, catches out of the sky.
#2, it's going to go to Brandon Ayuk. Quick slant. I use this play in Madden all the time. He goes 53 yards to the house with no shoe on.
He doesn't need a shoe, but they didn't get the win. A team that did get the win, and they wore shoes the whole game, I'm pretty sure. That's unconfirmed, but I think it's pretty safe to say. ASU volleyball last night. Get your brooms out. They sweep U of A 3-0 as an underdog in Tempe, get their first conference win of the season. Arkham Minor had the story earlier on. Now you're seeing a whole team making plays. Ivana Yaramich is making plays. Everybody's making plays. And ASU volleyball, They're really good so far. 1-0 in conference play, Reed. That's a pretty decent start.
That is a decent start, and I appreciate you showing me the ropes today. You know, I was a little nervous coming into this one, but seeing you next to me, felt good. Felt good.
Well, ASU volleyball, decent start. Reed Harmon, great start. Absolutely fantastic debut. So proud of you, my guy. But for all of us here, for Reed Harmon, for Tyler Manion, and everyone in our 6th floor studio here in Phoenix, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.